Oculus Quest 2 versus PSVR 2. See this before you buy. You might have learned about the Oculus Quest 2 and PSVR 2, the powerful and advanced VR headsets in the market, but what is their similarity and how is each of them different? How do they possess potential in the VR industry and change the experience of VR? If you have such questions in mind, then you are at the right place, as today we are showing you all about these two headsets with a conclusion on which is better. Keep watching this video till the end and subscribe to MetaGen for more. Here we begin! You will find that things are pretty tight when it reaches the all-around headset specs, but some crucial distinctions are worth bearing in mind. Therefore, in this video we will touch on the endurance and shortcomings of each and make some informed guesses along the path to enable you to determine which one is good for you. So, when we talk about PSVR 2 versus Quest 2, out of these two, which VR headset should you select? You need to watch this video to discover the likenesses and disparities between two desirable headsets in the VR space. First of all, we will compare the price and release date of these two VR headsets. We're loitering to find out precisely how much PSVR 2 will amount to. Still, a short look at the original PlayStation VR's launch rate may indicate what we can anticipate. That's furnishing it slams Sony's gossip delivery date of late 2022. The initial rate for an entire PSVR bundle was $499, which is £399, about 650 Australian dollars, which clearly isn't reasonable. Contemplate that you'll furthermore require a PS5 to utilize it. The PSVR 2 is established to comprise the PlayStation VR 2 Sense controller, but commonly, $499 or £399 could be too costly for some. But if we compare it in the Quest 2, which was disclosed on 13th of October 2020, the 128GB edition generally peddles for $299 or £299, or we can say 749 Australian dollars. Furthermore, a 256GB edition is accessible for £399 or $299 US or 639 Australian dollars. Now, you can clearly see that Quest 2 is different from the PSVR 2, and the Quest 2 is standalone equipment, which implies you don't require a PC, console, or an extra screen to utilize it. Now, coming to the design and features of these two VR headsets, first, Sony boasted the PSVR 2's headset structure. It's relatively related to the corporation's PSVR model. Next, Sony explains this new headset is thinner and lighter and comprises a flexible headband, an adaptable scope area, and a lens adjustment dial. Not only these, you will find that there is also a dock that you should maintain your chill when gaming. The PSVR 2 utilizes a 4K HDR OLED panel, which has a resolution of 2000 by 2040 per eye. If we talk about its refresh rate, then you will find it will be 90Hz to 120Hz, with an area of view of 110 degrees. The PSVR 2 also endorses inside-out tracking, which is competent in eye tracking and comprises foveated rendering. Furthermore, Sony has composed several receptive characteristics in the PSVR 2, which the corporation wishes will boost player immersion. The PSVR 2 aids Sony's Tempest 3D audio tech, along with the PSVR 2 Sense controller, which make use of adaptive triggers, haptic feedback, and finger tracking. The headset itself contains a built-in monitor that is capable of copying impressions like any object which may be passing by your head. In Quest 2, you will see that it utilizes an LCD panel with a resolution of 1832 by 1920 per eye, which is clearly lower than the PSVR 2, but is competent with the exact refresh rate of 90Hz to 120Hz. That's furthermore inside-out tracking, but you won't find any eye tracking on the Quest 2. Its area of view is mirror to at 90 degrees. The Quest 2 comes with a set of touch controllers. These touch controllers have a button-like handle that catalysts for your grips and forefingers, as well as phase switches and analog shafts. These switches can be trailed by the headset, which enables games to precisely depict your hands and arm activities. Unlike the Quest 2, which is totally wireless and doesn't need a PC, console, or any extra hardware, you will require a PS5 to utilize the PSVR 2. Sony's PlayStation VR 2 furthermore pertains to the PlayStation 5 utilizing a solitary cable. Of course, you can pertain your Quest 2 to a PC too, but this depends on whether you want to play specific, more graphically intensive VR games. One aspect that might prevent some Quest 2 users is that you need to log in with a Facebook account. Yes, you need to have a Facebook account. But this is not for the long run, as this has been tipped to shift into prospect by Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg, who announced that the company is operating on giving rise to it so you can log into Quest with an account rather than your private Facebook account. Still, it's blurred when that modification will come into impact. The PSVR 2 necessarily squeaks like a remarkable device, and many imply that Sony's headset will be one of the most developed headsets on demand as things nowadays stand. But let me clear to all of you that the Quest 2 is no slouch regarding specs. Still, the headset may already be over a year old, but it gives an incredible experience. Furthermore, it has the expanded advantage of being a piece of standalone and wireless equipment, something no other headset can give. Therefore, the PSVR 2 is inclined to be cottage to various limited titles that you won't disclose anywhere else, like the Horizon Call of the Mountain, which is a new spin-off game in the Horizon sequel. We anticipate that Sony's headset will also persuade some of the most prominent VR games like Pistol Whip and Beat Saber. There's a powerful likelihood we could see upgraded editions of older PSVR games that take the objective of the modern hardware in PS5. It's doubtful whether the PSVR 2 will be backward compatible with former games, but we extremely wish it is. Having a huge archive of identifications to play on day one would necessarily be a blessing to new adopters and give rise to the PSVR 2 believed like a more adorable investment to those who may already have collected a large assignment of VR titles. And you will find that Quest 2 already has an enormous library of events to play right now, and as you can connect it to a PC, that broadens its library further. Ownership like I Expect You to Die, Super Hot VR, and Tetris Effect all do great on Quest 2, and you don't require to stump up any money for any extra hardware. Now, you clearly understand that it's impossible to associate equipment accessible right now with one established to come in the future. Still, Sony's PSVR 2 headset will be a powerful challenger for the best VR headset if it is released this year. The Quest 2 may be succeeded by the PSVR, but it has two enormous advantages: wireless play and the truth you don't require extra hardware like a PlayStation 5. The necessity to buy a $499 or €499 console and headset individually is a large obstacle to access, which could imply that only a minor fraction of PS5 owners take the decline. Sony could furthermore confront tougher rivalry in the aspect of the QU3 that's understood to caption enhanced specs and conserve many of the crucial selling degrees of the Quest 2, such as a Miyajiro rate and wireless play. Eventually, it's software that will assist in navigating hardware details of both equipment and VR games, coming to be more outstanding with each passing year. It's incredible to recognize Sony sticking with VR after PSVR's somewhat modest achievement. So, that's for today. What do you think about Oculus Quest 2 and the PSVR 2? Which one do you prefer? Let me know in the comment section. Make sure to subscribe and smash the bell icon to get more uploads like this. See you soon!